You know what's funny is I actually really think everybody is entitled to their own opinions when it comes to video games, especially when it comes to stuff like Game of the Year. I always try to tell people to just relax. It's just really opinions, and people are free to like what they want. It was very interesting to me that Digital Foundry did their Game of the Year type situation, and I guess each of the people there does their own personal one. But it was very cool, I guess, and sort of I don't know if controversial would be the right word, but one of the people actually was doing a Game of the Year and gave it to Returnal, and there's been a little bit of, like I said, some controversy over that, and I kind of wanted to talk about it. So I believe his name is Audie Sorley, and that's his particular Game of the Year. In this video, of course, I'm going to share it. Now, I want to get into it because I feel like it's definitely a topic that a lot of people are going to be talking about, and I just wanted to give my 2 cents on it. Trust me, it's going to be a video you don't want to miss. Hey there, everyone. I'm the Crapgamer, and of course, this is Crapgamer Reviews, your home for gaming news, opinions, reviews, and much more. You'll probably notice some changes around here, and hopefully that doesn't stop you from leaving us a like, and maybe even consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some of your free time with me today. It really does mean a lot. Thank you guys. Happy holidays, happy new year, all that kind of great stuff. Now, again, everybody's totally entitled to their own opinions. Like, for me personally, I thought Guardians of the Galaxy was the best game of the year, but obviously everybody is going to be a little bit different about it and feel a little bit different about it. And you know, it's just one of those things that I feel like is just, you know, as people, we're always going to have difference of opinions. That's what's going to, and not only that, but as people, I think in general, when we hear something win something like Game of the Year, we tend to think of something differently altogether. Just that's in our nature to be combative like that. So when somebody tells me, hey, this game is Game of the Year, and I'm like, hey, I didn't even like that game sucked. And I'm not talking about obviously Returnal. I thought Returnal was a good game. I didn't beat it, you know, and it's not my type of game. And I found out that roguelikes are kind of a game that aren't going to really do me any favors and just aren't going to be my thing as the type of gamer that I am now, just mainly because there was no way to kind of save what you were doing. And you know, when you got kids and family and stuff like that, it was very difficult to set aside hours to do a run. You know, it just was pretty much impossible at this point. So I think it's a good game. Do I think it was my personal Game of the Year? No, of course not. I don't think that at all. But with that being said, I do want to get into this and just talk a little bit and listen to what he had to say. And maybe you guys might understand what's going on a little bit better than even I do. But I do have a little clip, and we'll listen to that now.
Warm and fuzzy inside, like a premiere Ridley Scott sci-fi thriller or something. It's no secret that I did lose quite a bit of passion for modern video games over the last few years, but Returnal was such a good experience that it opened my eyes and made me go back and enjoy several other games on other consoles. It was such a good game that it made me want to keep playing video games as a whole. And for that, Housemarque absolutely deserves the top spot on my list.
And so, you know, we do see that obviously in this particular case, it's something that this person just feels like they really kind of earned the top spot. And, you know, I can't say that I've never been in that space where, you know, gamers have been a little bit upset and a little bit disenfranchised by what games have become. And so him being disenfranchised by games and then being invigorated, I think that's a great thing. Do I think there's any kind of media bias or anything? No, games are going to appeal to different people. Like I keep telling people that video games in a general that come out are going to probably appeal to different people for different reasons. And I think that that's probably the main part that I honestly have to kind of stress. And you know, that's probably something that's going to be hard for some people to understand. Like I said, they do a lot of different things. You know, they do. There's a lot of different people that work there, and a lot of them, you know, have their own opinion on exactly what's gonna be Game of the Year, whatever. And I think that's perfectly fine. Like people don't understand that. Like, okay. This is the type of stuff that happens. You know, there's just people are going to have difference of opinions. Like if you go to Eurogamer, You know, they have Game of the Year awards, you know, for different things, but it's just one of those things like, you know, Forza Horizon 5 would be the best racer, Forza Horizon 5 possibly like the best sports game and stuff like that. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, best platform game of 2021. So they do have, you know, a lot of different games and stuff like that to kind of talk about, obviously. And you know what? I think that people in general really enjoy hearing like, hey, you know, this game won this award, or this game won that award, and it's important as fans to be okay with that. You know, like that's just the kind of point that I was trying to make a little bit. Do I particularly agree with this person's opinions? No, but you know, I think that it's still his own opinion and able to actually be able to speak of his own mind, and you know, and think for himself, and that's what's great about it. You know, he doesn't have the same opinion as me, I don't have the same opinion as him, but I can respect it and say, hey, you know what, it's not media bias. Like I did see some people say that, hey, possibly there was some media bias to it. Listen, this guy apparently was out of video games, wasn't into them, was having a tough time. I personally went through a couple year period of disillusionment with video games, right, where I hardly played my Xbox for a couple years, and mostly I was just playing PlayStation and pretty much the exclusives. And now I feel the most invigorated that I felt in years. And that's a no small feat to probably a few different games. I mean, I would obviously think that God of War 2018 is one of those games that kind of did that. Detroit Become Human, Spider-Man, clearly. You know, those games were just something that really resonated with me and kind of started to get me back into it. I think Red Dead Redemption 2, in forms of a narrative-based game, really did work wonders for me as well. So, you know, I definitely understand where they're coming from and think that any game can be Game of the Year for any particular person, and that's exactly what the case is here. Now, do I think that, you know, that's going to be everybody's situation? No, absolutely not. But I do think that that's this particular situation, and I just kind of wanted to point that out and say, you know, I do feel like that's something that that we should keep in mind as we kind of go forward, because that's going to be the crux of everything in life. You know, people have certain way that they feel, and there's just going to be, that's just how they're going to feel about things. So I did want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on it, though. Do you think that this is something nefarious going on, or do you feel like this is absolutely just somebody's opinion like I do, and we all have them, and they could be anything really, you know? So like, that's how I kind of look at things, and would love to hear what you guys think about it. Sound off, rate, come, subscribe, rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crap Gamer 'em up. As always, have a great day. Crap Gamer out.